just like you all to remember that the military builds character. It creates strong human beings. These people, and in the military, there are more than just soldiers. There are doctors, there are psychologists, there are many branches of the military that make it up so that they have every capability to diagnose a soldier correctly upon entrance. Our military has served our country in a positive light for decades, and interfering with the way that they operate now would be foolish, and an insult to all those who previously served, and those who are serving now. We cannot pass this proposal. I yield my time to the president.
Thank you, Sir Chair. Yes, it's true that this may be abused sometimes, but it's been proven that it's overwhelmingly not abused. Let's look at some other things that are abused in history. The Sherman Antitrust Act. It was originally created to get rid of trust between businesses, but then it was used to go against unions and things of that matter. But what happened to the Sherman Antitrust Act? It was reformed with the Clayton and McCain Antitrust Acts. We don't need to repeal it, we need to reform it. Repealing just simply allows people with personality disorders to serve in our military, which puts our military and the people that fight for our country at danger. Afghanistan jails. Yeah, we all saw that tortures in specific cases, just like the one was brought up, specific cases, not the overwhelming majority, did happen. There was tortures in the Afghanistan jails, but we're not proposing shutting down every Afghanistan jails, because the Afghanistan jails do work. We do need some place to keep prisoners, just as we do need people in the military to be dismissed if they can't serve appropriately. People in the military who have personality disorders not only put themselves at danger, but they put the people around them at danger. And we can't stand for this. This is not how we win wars. Thank you.
Kate Wagner, Missouri. Thank you, Sir Chair. I would like to reserve my right to yield the remainder of my time to the author's submission.
You have that right.
I personally know that I am not brave and courageous enough to enlist in the armed forces of our country. I believe that a lot of you think similarly. Thus, I commend and honor those who choose to enlist in order to defend all of us, including myself. Due to this sacrifice, our soldiers should receive proper gratitude and compensation. Unfortunately, this does not always occur. The author has pointed out a specific example of corruption within this system. It is not right that our defenders should be discharged for a disorder that they do not have. Injured and disabled soldiers suffer enough. They should not have to suffer emotionally and monetarily from a malicious diagnosis of a personality disorder. It is not right that our government is hurting its own workers. It is not right that our government is disrespecting those who have sacrificed so much for us. Thank you, and I yield the remainder of my time to the author's summation.
As the previous delegate has mentioned, it is wrong for the military to dishonorably discharge those who have served our country bravely and suffered consequences. However, I must raise this point. Our judiciary system is not perfect. I'm extremely certain that there are innocent people sitting in jail right now. These people have been found guilty. However, it is a price we have to pay in order to have our judiciary system work. This type of principle can be applied similarly to this law. There are many of those who do have personality disorders. These people, as another previous delegate has mentioned, are a risk to our military. They are not capable of functioning just as any other soldier would. And if they are sent to say, provide cover fire for a fellow soldier and they are unable to, we are risking the lives of other soldiers. We are currently debating what is either one, a dishonorable discharge, or two, loss of life of fellow American soldiers. To me, the honor is not worth the life lost. If this bill passes into law, there will be no more further diagnosis of personality disorders. Those who do have personality disorders will be able to serve in the military as if they were normal combat soldiers. And these people, in my opinion, present a risk to the rest of our fellow American soldiers. I yield my time.
The gentleman is yielded 20 seconds.
Anthony Levis representing the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Thank you, Sir Chairs. Though I agree that corruption exists and the impetus exists for action, I believe this is the wrong way to go about it. This is a broad, sweeping generalization on a case-by-case situation. Simply, the scale of the solution doesn't match the scale of the problem. What I would like to see is some kind of oversight by a third party to evaluate this issue. Thank you.
My time to Delegate Kate Seasonary from Connecticut.
You have that right.
Let me get one thing straight. PD can range from multi-personality disorder to depression. And I wouldn't want myself, someone who deals with depression on a daily basis, to have to say that I can't join the military because it's not fair that I'm sorry, this is really, really hard for me, but it's not fair to say that a woman or a man can't serve their country just because they have depression. You take medication for it, you get better. I'm not better yet, but I'm taking medication for it, and I deserve to serve my country. It's embarrassing, hurtful, and wrong. Delegates here do not know how bad PD can harm people, how bad it can affect people, and how it can affect your way of life. And I'm insulted to think that someone on medication cannot serve their country. I yield the remainder of my time to Delegate Perry.
The gentlelady yields 1 minute.
Thank you, Sir Chair. Casey Kamara, Connecticut delegation. Will the author yield to a series of questions, or there's a comment thereafter?
Does the author yield, and you may only have one of those questions.
Okay. I will. All right. I'm going to guess that the odds of a personality disorder properly being diagnosed in childhood is low. So there is a large odds that somebody who grows up with a personality disorder, doesn't know they have it, joins the military, is going to be unfairly prosecuted because they didn't know they had a personality disorder. Not only that, but there are many personality disorders that can only be brought out under extreme duress, like the stresses of combat. And not only that, but the odds of yelling at somebody who has a personality disorder and lies about their condition is a bit like asking somebody who doesn't have legs to walk. It's unfair of you to assume that they can walk. It's unfair of somebody to assume that they cannot answer a question properly, because it's unfair to prosecute them because of it. Thank you.